Hello and welcome to today's task, the 0x01 Emacs task. All right, I'm sure you're having fun already in your ALS program. If today is your first time of coming across my video, kindly subscribe and like. And if you have a comment or a question, you can just drop on the comment section and I will do everywhere to answer you. All right. So let's go through the task together. I will try the best I can to help us go through this task from beginning to finish, including the quiz questions, but you just need to stick around to the end. All right. First, the Emacs. So Emacs is a text editor that comes pre-installed with your Unix operating system or Unix-like operating system, meaning that once you have your Unix operating system, you don't need to install this text editor again. It's already there. And we have two text editors we'll be using in this program. So you just need to decide which one is your most preferred. For me, I prefer the VI, which is the next task I'm going to do after this. I prefer the VI. I know for others, they also prefer the Emacs text editor, but you can use any of them. You just decide one that you will use that you are most comfortable with using and use. All right. So for today's task, we're going to be looking at Emacs. Like I say, Emacs is just a text editor that enables you to input commands to your operating system and then bring back results to you. All right. Now, so let's just go through this together. Simply, what is this task all about? This task is just to enable you know how to use these commands, how this Emacs text editor works. All right, but you need to go through, try the best you can to go through your materials, especially the GNU Emacs. Try to go through it. This is where you find most of the commands or almost all the commands you will need. And you don't need to memorize these commands. All right, all you need to do is know the basic commands. And whenever you need this command, you can just go to Google and test and search for Emacs commands, and you have those commands to use. But as you keep working with them, as the program goes on, I am sure that you get to know which one is comfortable for you, and you'll be able to know those simple commands you use every other time, except you have any serious that you need to go and search for. But I don't expect you to memorize all the commands, just know the basics and work with it, okay? All right, so let's go through our task together. We'll go through the quiz questions first. And then from the quiz questions, we go to the task itself. Now, we have the quiz question number 1 asking us in Emacs documentation, what does M in a short cut command stand for? So M stands for meta, M stands for alternate. So when you see M in your Emacs command, it's telling you that that command M is either you use your meta key if you are using the OS, or you use your alt key if you are using the Windows operating system. So whenever you see M, so this is M5. So that means you're going to press your alt key and then press 5. That is what it means, all right? So M stands for alt, M stands for meta. Question 1 says, in Emacs documentation, what does C in a short command stand for? So C stands for control. We are going to be seeing that shortly. We're going to be using that in some of our operations. So whenever you see C, that means you need to press a control key. So CH means C, and then A. So you press control and you press H for that, all right? And then question 2, in Emacs, a buffer is an object that if I text is heard, true or false is true. Yeah, so a buffer, a line below what you see in your Emacs command is your buffer command. All right. You can only have one buffer open in Emacs at a time. True or false is false. You can have more than one buffer open. All right. So this is just it about our quiz questions. So you can see it. Alt and meta is question 0. Question 1 is the control. Question 2, true. Question 3, false. All right. Now let's go to our task. So we have task 0 to task 7. We'll do this together. All right, we'll do this together. We'll do this together. So let's go to task 0. Task 0 says that create your answer directory. So the first thing you need to do is to create your directory. You know, in our last video, we already see how to create a directory. I would say to create a directory, all you need to do is to type in mkdir. All right. So let's get our sandbox. So you just click here. You see where you say get sandbox. Click here, and then click on the web term for your sandbox to open. So once your sandbox is open, the next thing you need to do is to create this folder. And how to create this folder is, I prefer to just copy this, or you can type it out, whatever way. So let me bring out this so that we just have it here. I don't want us to go back and forth, so we can just have it here. Yeah. All right. So mkdir, and then I will just paste space this. So this is what we are, or you can simply type this. So mkdir space 0x01 underscore Emacs and enter. All right. So that is it for question 1. So we are good to go. All right. Now question 2 says, sorry, question 2 or question 1. Now that was question 0. Question 1, opening. What is the command to open a file from within Emacs? Write the answer into the file. The command to open a file within Emacs. So what is the command to open a file within Emacs? Like I said, you don't need to memorize this command. That's what you need to know. All you need is that whenever you need this command, you can always go and look for them. But as you keep working with them, you get to know which commands are very important for you to know. And then those commands will just be at the tip of your fingers. Now, how do we do this? Look at this. They say write your answer into the file root /0x01 Emacs /opening. Remember that we just created our folder under our root folder. Meaning, for you, before you create this folder, I didn't explain this before. This 0 before you create this folder, make sure you navigate to your /root folder. To do that, you do cd into your root folder, and then you create your directory inside your root folder. Now, when you create a directory inside your root folder, you're going to cd into this directory now. So what we're going to do in task 1, just like a switching here, we're going to now cd from our root folder to our 0x01 Emacs. So for me to complete this, I will just use the tab key to complete this. So I don't need to type everything all over. But with time, I'm going to show you some shortcuts that are going to be very useful for you in this program. All right, so once you do that, you cd into your directory, which is what we're going to do on our task, and then you enter. Now we are inside our 0x01 Emacs directory. All right, so if we do ls, you see that we don't have anything in my directory right now, which is okay. Now, the next thing they ask us to do is that we should write the command to open a file within Emacs inside this file, and the name of the file is opening. So now we're going to create a file called opening, and then after creating this file called opening, we're going to write the command inside the file called opening. I don't know if that makes sense. The question is that we should write the command that is used to open a file within Emacs. Now, the command to open that file is Ctrl+X, and Ctrl+F. But we're going to write that inside this folder called opening. So how do we do that? First, we'll create a file called opening. So to create a file, we're going to use touch command, and then we're going to type in the file name, which is opening. Yeah, and then enter. So if you ls now, you have your opening file. So how do we now write into this file? Now, I'm going to show us 2 ways to do this. The first way is to use the echo, style to write in, and then the second one, I'll show us how to use the VI to write into this file. All right, so let's use the echo first. So now we're going to just type echo, and then single quotes, then hold down your shift key to write capital C -X space capital C -F small f. So capital C -small x, capital C hyphen small f, and then single quotes again, space, the greater than sign, space, the name of the file which is opening. So this is what we are writing into this file. We are writing this, sorry, this is supposed to be a single quote, not a double quote. So small f, then single quote, and then greater than space opening. So this is what we are writing inside this file, is cx hyphen c hyphen x space c hyphen f. That is what we're writing, then enter. Then when you click on enter, automatically this file, this command is already inside the file opening. So that's why we'll type in opening here. Now, let's go and see if we have this content. Then when we cut, remember cut is to help us to see the content inside that file. When we cut opening, we're going to see that we have this inside that file, cx space cf. So that is it for this task. I hope this is clear enough. So this is how to write inside a file using the echo command. All right, using the echo command, this is how to write inside the file. So I'm going to show us another style of writing into a file in the next question. So whichever one is most comfortable for you. Like I said, these are editors, so it depends on which one you want to use, which one you feel is the best for you, you're most comfortable at using. All right, so let's go on to the next question. So once that is done, it means that you've succeeded in creating your opening file and then writing the command that is used for opening in Emacs into this file. All you need to do now is to, now from where they say you can validate if the format of your answer is correct by displaying the file information. So I do display that. So you see ls space li, and then the name of the file. All right. And then here you have exactly what is written here, just to validate that the file is there. Okay. Now let's go ahead and create our next file. So clear to just clear our system. So once that is done, please go ahead and check your code, and then you should see that everything is okay. All right. So go ahead, check your code, and you should see that everything works just fine. I'm not going to do that right now. So let's just move on to the next one. All right. So the next thing you need to do is the question 2 that says saving. All right. So it says that what is the command to save a file? What is the command to save the file? And then here it says write the answer into the file saving. Just like what we did the last time, we're already inside our Emacs folder, 0x0, 0x01 Emacs folder. So we are not going to seed into the folder again because we're already there. All we need to do is just to use our touch command to open the file called saving. All right. So we open the file called saving. Now, if you do ls, you see that you have the file there called saving. And then the command to save the file within Emacs is cx cs. All right. Now, how do we do that? Just like what we did the last time, we're going to use this time around, we're going to use our vi command. We use vi to write this command into our saving file. How do we do that? We just type vi space, the name of the file, saving, and then enter. Now we're inside our vi command. Now, for us to start typing inside our VI command, we're going to use the I. So you press I in your keyboard. Once you press I, you are going to see that you are inside the insert mode. So I first. Now I am in my insert mode. Then what do I do now? I'm going to write that command. Now, like I said, the command is cx. So this is capital C hyphen S space capital C hyphen S. Now, once that is done, what you will do now is to press your escape key, then hold down your shift key and press colon, that's colon, then WQ to save and exit. Okay, so this seems a bit difficult for now, but with time, you are going to get this right. Now, if we cut, so let's cut saving, enter. Now you see that we have our file our content written inside our file called saving. Once that is done, go ahead and ls dash, remember the command we use, then space saving to have this ls space -l space saving to have this, just like what we have here. All right. Now, let's go ahead to clear our screen and then do the next one. So like I said already, I know that the VI mode is a bit advanced for us for now, but very soon you're going to find this very interesting. And I'm telling you, this is the best editor you might just want to use, because this is the best for me too. All right. So let's go ahead and answer our number 3 question. The number 3 question says, what is the command to cut an entire line? You say, write the command into the file cutting. So we're already in our Emacs folder. So all we need to do is to create our file cutting, and then we write in the command for cutting. All right. So we're going to write in our file there the command to cut in Emacs, right? Yeah, I think that's the command. Yeah, that's the question. The command to cut in Emacs. So let's go to our GNU and look for the command to cut in Emacs. I don't use Emacs a lot, so let's just do this together. Command to cut in Emacs. So the command to cut in Emacs is key ls command Ctrl-K, 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 Ctrl-K is the command to cut. Let's see. Okay, Ctrl-Y. Ctrl-Y is a command to cut in Emacs. So let's go ahead and do that. So the command to cut is Ctrl-Y. So that's C-Y. So how do we do that? First, we just type in. So let's do this now. Let's do this and you will see how it works. So instead of using the touch command to create a file name called cutting first. So remember, our file name is that we are asked to create is cutting. So instead of using that, what I'm going to do is I will just use the echo command, echo, all right, single quote, and then write the command to cut, all right, close the quote, space, greater than sign, space, cutting, which is a file name, all right, and then enter. So what this does is that you don't need to create the file first. Once you echo into the file, automatically the echo command will help you to create this file. So if we do ls now, you see that we have the file name cutting inside, and then with the same command, we're able to write into the file. So if we cut this file now, cutting, you'll be able to see that the content is inside this file. So that's a shortcut. So instead of going through the route of writing touch or touch, cutting, then coming back to echo into the file, all you need to do is use the echo command. The echo command will help you to write into the file and also create the file for you. I hope this makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead. Now, once that is done, don't forget to ls-l, then cutting, just to list your file this way. That's what they want you to do. Then check your code. You should be good to go. Now, the next command is, what is the command to paste within Emacs? What is the command to paste within Emacs? So let's go back to our file and look for the command to paste within Emacs. I'm trying to see. Okay, so let's just go and look for the command to paste within Emacs. So let's go to our documentary and see, paste, the command to paste within Emacs. So all they want you to do is to write the command inside your Emacs, inside your folder, your file, and then list your file, and you should be good to go. Let's look at this other. We have two other folders here. The framework. Let's see the framework. No, this is not what I'm looking for. Let's look at this and see. So the command to paste about mode delete. Okay, I think you need to look for that command, but I might just put it in the video description so that this video doesn't last too long. I'll have to just put that in the video description for you guys, if that is okay for you. If that is okay, I will just paste the command for us here. Okay, so let's just go ahead to the next question. Let's go ahead to the next question. I'll paste the command on the, I'll write it in the description of the video. Okay, so let's go ahead and okay, let's go ahead. I need to get my sandbox back. So we're trying to get the sandbox. I'll have to cd into 0x0 Emacs. So okay, so we'll have our files here. Good enough. So the next thing we'll have to look at is the command to search. The command to search. Same thing. Type in the name of the file. Use the echo command or whatever command you are most comfortable with, and then type in the command to search. I'm going to put in all this command in the description of the video. All right. The next thing is the command to undo. Same thing. Right. Create your folder or use the echo file just like we did the last time. So undoing, you can just use the echo file like this. So echo, you don't need to use the touch file first. Echo single quote, put in the command, and then put your the file name there, and you should be able to create that. And then the last one is the command to quit. The command to quit Emacs. So, like I said, I'm going to put in all these commands in the description of the video. So I'm just trying to rush this out so that we are able to get this video done immediately. The command to quit is actually cx cc, but I will type that in the description of the video. All right. So once that is done, make sure that once you create your file, you put in the command, you list using the ls-l and the file name. Make sure you check your code. You don't need to manually click on this done. Once you check your code and the code is okay, the code is correct, automatically the checker will click done for you. So you don't need to click done again. All right. So you see that this shows congratulations, all done. So this, once you do this, you see that the checker will check it for you, done for you. All right. So if you just check within your sandbox and see that you've done this, and then it will click done for you. All right. So that brings us to the end of this video. If this is your first time of coming across our video, kindly subscribe so that you get more from us. As the program progresses, you're going to need more of our videos to be able to stay in ALS Africa. All right. So thank you for joining, and see you